when do you start to judge a receiver and say he's losing it or he's like lost the step? Like when, you know what I'm saying? Because I know through learning and watching the game more intently that you can't always put one player's lack of success and make that all his fault, because you know all the different variables that go around football or whatever the case may be. But like I know for quite some time, right? Like guys have always and probably still do put Julio Jones, like he's always like the number one receiver, like every single year. That's what Sedacious like people always put Julio Jones like up there, like he's one of the number one receivers. And I know me personally, right? I didn't really watch that many Falcons games.
Personally, so personally, what?
When I was a Texans fan, and Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins was lighting it up, and what's his name? 100 targets and no drops. DeAndre Hopkins was 100 plus targets. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, like this guy has the stats to show, like, yo, he's not dropping balls, right? So like, why is he like? Why are people may put him in to say that maybe that season he was a top 5 receiver. But like I'm like, how is he not number one? And then be like, oh, Julio Jones is still that guy. And I'm like, bro, he not putting up the type of numbers that DeAndre Hopkins are. But again, I understand different variables, different circumstances. Julio Jones, he's the number one guy on that team, so he get double team, triple team. So like, there's those types of arguments. But and not specifically about Julio Jones, but just how do you evaluate when a top receiver is no longer like that top tier, or his skill level is like waning? Like, how do you evaluate that properly?
Gotcha.
Like that.
Like yeah. Well, I'll answer that, but to clear something up for you, Edward, let me ask you a question. Who's a better basketball player, LeBron James or Steph Curry?
LeBron.
Okay.
Because he could do more, is what you about to say?
Exactly.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's very simple. All right. So, but as far as, you know, when hey, how do we know if the receiver is, you know, not the top guy anymore? Well, for someone like Julio Jones, right, he has size, speed, he's able to separate, and he can catch contested passes. He can beat you deep. He can, you know, he can take a slant 80 yards. So he has everything in one package, right? As soon as we start to see that, hey, wait a second, he's not separating from defenders like he used to, or he's not coming down with contested balls like he used to, or you know, he's not getting behind the defense like he used to, you know, that's when we'll start to say, hey, maybe he's not number one anymore, right? So some like similar to Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant had like 2-3 years where he was unstoppable, but he was just a contested catch guy. As soon as he, you know, wasn't able to be the contested catch guy anymore, he never learned to separate as a receiver. And so, you know, once guys got it, you know, as strong as he is, and you know, able to be right there with him, he didn't have anything to zig when everybody else was zagging. So I think Julio's still up there.
Real quick, can all three of y'all give me y'all top 5 receivers right now, if that's fair? If y'all feel like y'all got that off the top of y'all head.
I do.
Go ahead.
In order or just 5?
Probably don't have to be order.
Okay. Julio, Hopkins, Devontae Adams. Ah man, golly, I see what y'all doing. My list gonna be a little different. I gotta put Hill in there, and then golly, Odell was hurt. I love O, but I can't put him 5 because he ain't gave me the numbers a couple years. But who a 5th one, Coach? Who I can throw in there at 5?
It's a lot, man. You got AJ Brown, you got DK Metcalf, you got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, you got
I'm gonna give DK. I'm gonna go.
Y'all gonna put some respect on this young man's name eventually?
Cool. No, Amari Cooper. No, he's just a great route runner, bro. Like,
See what I'm talking about, America? I need y'all to listen to this. And not one of these niggas said Stephon Diggs, and he had the best years.
Yeah.
you right. You right.
Hey,
Absolutely.
the reason
That's
why
not
sedation,
We got a
sedation.
podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Sedatious.
We got a podcast.
The reason why I didn't say his name because
Talk to the
I had him on my
boys,
list. I was just trying to help him out for his fifth one.
Talk to him.
I was trying to help him out with his fifth one. I had him on my list.
I'm like, y'all finna run all these names for real? Past this man?
Okay, so list again. Julio Hop,
Devontae, you said?
Hill, Devontae, Diggs.
What's it? Julio.
And if you name any other name,
Right now as it stands,
because
and I'm encompassing body structure, physical traits, stats.
I'm gonna give it to Tariq before DK because Tariq's production has been consistent since he's entered, and DK I feel like last year once they got like a hold on what that nigga really do, he started kind of becoming Dez, low key.
What in your analysis today? What does DK specifically do? Like, what is his?
He still had a great year.
The nigga is fast, strong, and contested catches. He just, him and Russell Wilson wasn't clicking like
Dez
that.
Bryant has never been fast.
No. Once they figure you out, you slope down.
How did they figure him out though?
How they figure who out? Dez Bryant?
No. They just nation. I said DK.
Yeah, DK Metcalf is fast, but they keep up with him. As long as they keep up with him and play defense
up with DK Metcalf. Not from what I see.
Bro, when they play the zones, they play the zone to DK. They don't play it to Tyler Lockett.
That's zone though, right?
Okay, so when the defensive coordinators get the shit figured out, bro, you're done.
Hey man, you know what? I just love the list of receivers, man. Okay, this is my top five. This is my top five, right? Number one, I'm gonna put Tyreek Hill. Number two, I'm gonna put Julio. Number three, I'm gonna put Devontae Adams. Number four, actually no. Number three, I'm gonna put Stephon Diggs. Number four, I'm gonna put Devontae. Gosh, dog, I hate doing that.
Start over to Christian when you get your fifth one.
Okay,
one,
number five, Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson.
You're looking at statistics right now from last year?
I just pulled up a list of receivers and I forgot about them. But here's the thing about it's so hard to come up with a list of like top five receivers because there's like 10 top five receivers in the league and 20 top 10 receivers in the league. It's so, I mean, there's so many guys that are good. You know what I'm saying? So it's real hard. Also too, it's like there's so many different flavors, right? So like me personally, I weigh route running and separation much higher than I weigh what you are at the catch point. So like DeAndre Hopkins, great receiver, would never make my list. Michael Thomas would never make my list. Kenny Galladay would never make my list because I don't even Mike Evans, though he's a little bit better, wouldn't make my list because that's not
Mike
what
Evans
I value.
is a little bit better than who?
As far as separation, I'm talking about than DeAndre Hopkins and Michael Thomas.
But I think that boy's on the physical traits. He just don't have that elite speed to separate at the top of routes. That's why he has the elite hands and the contested catch ability. But go ahead.
Go ahead.